make something that was an energy drink, so not a health drink, not a wellness drink, an energy drink like Red Bull or Monster or any of those, which was non-gender specific. So I was at an event recently where Monster were, and they were so gendered they even had on-site barbers. Yeah, really? Yeah. That didn't require you to leap out of a plane attached to a parachute whilst riding a BMW or whatever it was they were doing, like the Red Bull were doing the other day. You know, most people actually are not going to climb Everest before supper. They're not going to go whitewater rafting on Tuesday. They're not going to leap out of a plane for any reason. They're not going to do that, and that's fine. Most people are trying to get the kids to school, trying to get through work, maybe play a game of five-a-side, possibly walk the dog. And I guess my work as a therapist makes me know that people already feel they're doing enough, and that's, you don't need to be told you should be doing more. But also, I didn't want something that was bad for me. You know, having made these drinks, I know what goes in drinks, and I know what goes in the process, and I know what the ingredients do. And I was reading the back of some of the cans, thinking, I'm not drinking that, I'm not having that, I'm not drinking that. But actually, a lot of the health cans, the claims they're making are non-substantiated claims. You know, they're not, with the best will in the world, essence of lacewing fly has got no evidential proof, you know. So I wanted to make something between the kind of chemical slurry of some energy drinks and the waft and pastel colours of some health food drinks. So I wanted it to do what it said it was going to do, not taste awful, and not be bad for me.
And look cool.
And look cool. I wanted to have that touch of punk, you know, and I made goat. So the initial one is a really light flavour. I think if you're a Monster drinker, you think it probably tastes like water. It tends to be the Red Bull drinkers who come to me. The sugar-free one has actually got sucralose in it. So that was my one thing I had to. I tried to do stevia, it didn't work. So I ended up with sucralose as the sweetener. But if you want no calories, no carbs, no sugar, there has to be something that gives. That's what gives. They've got a blend of vitamins, minerals, coenzyme Q10, all the caffeine's natural, with the top percent coming from green coffee bean. Legal claims that it can legally make on the can. It will support everything from your testosterone uptake, your libido, heart function, immune system, blood supply, cognitive function, hair, skin, teeth, and nails. You know, the list is massive, and that's just the things we can actually claim. And as I say, except for the sweetener in the red can and in the new Groovy, there's nothing artificial at all in them.
Now, clearly you're not at your kitchen table developing all of these drinks, so you must have some amazing partners that you work with.
I do. And that's actually been probably the biggest thing I've learned, that it's the people. You need to get those relationships, get those people, work with people you trust and know, and people who can work with me. I'm not everyone's cup of sunshine, you know. So some of it weirdly was at the kitchen table. It's choosing flavours, that initial. Otherwise, you're going to go somewhere and say, make me a drink. And they go, what do it taste like? I don't know. So getting those flavours, those base flavours I wanted, and kind of the function. These are functional drinks. It's functional energy. So that was really important. And some of those functional flavours, or those functional ingredients, have a flavour that needs masking or covering or something. So that's worth knowing. So I use Queen Margaret's University in Edinburgh. They do all my trials and all my innovation. They're absolutely excellent. I've got a canning and a bottling partner, 2 different canners, 1 bottler. And that's to do with kind of the size of run that you're doing. So one of the canners who does goat, for example, will do 50,000 cans of goat in one go. So they can go through his plant. But actually, when we're doing the small trials, so like the labelled cans at the moment, they're the trials. We want much smaller amounts of those made to make sure that they work. So it's a bit like, you know, when you paint your kitchen and you go to B&Q and you put like a little bit on the wall in the kitchen, you think that's amazing. And then you paint the whole room and you think that looks like a care home. Well, exactly. Well, it's a bit like that with drinks. Sometimes when you make them in big, something changes. So you don't want 50,000 litres. So I make my big cans are done. The big runs are done in Wales, and the smaller cans are in the Malvern Hills. And then at the moment, my bottles are bottled. Both the small ones and the big ones are bottled in Reading with a natural food company. So if I'm going to do any innovation, I go straight to Katrina at the university, food tech at the university. If I'm doing bottling or canning, I go to my partners there. And then all of my artwork, everything you see that comes out comes from Gemma Simmons at my graphics company, my little graphics company. And that's everything from the tiles on Insta to the artwork on the bottles and the cans. And she is incredible, actually. She's one of the people I don't think I could do this without her. Like actually do it without her, like the mechanics of it.
Yeah. So it sounds like you found some amazing people too.
I have. I found some not amazing people, but I found some great people as well. Yeah, I have. I mean, I don't have a team. I desperately need community manager, social media, photographer, videographer, as well as logistics, production, sales. Route to market's still the biggest issue. And it's that catch-22 of without funding, without funders, I haven't got the money to get the people in, but I can't grow it. Because these are two completely separate businesses with two completely separate audiences, both of which I run entirely on my own, whilst running other businesses as well to pay the bills. That is a lot.